um, so yeah, what is it today? 20, like the last days of the month of February. Um, Today is Tuesday, and you know, I think that every week it's a new week, right? And then there's variations of the idea of when the week starts, when the week ends, based on religion, based on just different things. Uh, and some people starts their week on Tuesday. I mean on Sunday or Monday. For most people, and we're not. It's not a video about religion. It's not a video about none of that. But it is a video about uh, you know, what we talk about mostly is, in this channel, is art and its recovery. Uh, so today we're gonna be doing some art later on, and I'm gonna be making some videos. My shoulder has been hurting a lot. It's been a whole year, that, almost a year that I heard it, and it's been a long journey. Pain can cause other problems, right? It's not just the immediate pain that you're feeling. It's the frustration that's gonna come later when you can't do certain things, when you can't even give your lady a massage because you're trying to uh, just give her a massage because she's hurting, uh, and so every time that these huevitos are about ready, we got Champs food ready, and we'll just eat at the same time. You know, that's my best homie right there. So with Champs food, I know I'm all over the place in this video right now. So, but with this food, or with this, what I do with his food, it's I'll show it a little. But basically, what I do is I pour a little bit of his dog food, and then I use just some like, rice that we don't add like salt or spices, and then we put a little bit more of um, dog food, and it looks like that. And he eats it. He loves rice. He loves huevitos. He likes tortillas. He's a good doggy. That's a good doggy, Gito. Yeah, sit. Good boy. No, no, sit. Okay, good boy. And so, basically, the idea for this video came from from that, right? From thinking about the process of recovery. It's a process, like any other process, like cooking, like painting, uh, like doing pretty much whatever. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. There's a there could be not a beginning, and the person keeps using. There could be a beginning, and then something happens, and there's no more paint, or you get tired, or they fire you, or whatever, and then the job is incomplete, and that could be like a relapse. Um, and there's times when you complete the job, and you feel good, and then you realize that you can't be doing a job like forever. Like it's different jobs, which is different instances in our lives, different weeks, different months. And that's what I wanted to get at. That's why I was thinking or talking about the differential or the different ideas we humans have in regards to those things. So without complicating all of it, but also bringing context to it, right? Because we're people in recovery. We're not dumb people. We can talk. We can understand. We can process, and we can act. That takes us to change. So don't ever misunderestimate a person in recovery. You know, it's people that's suffering, but it's people that get high is some of the smartest people, and a lot of the times they don't know how to deal with their emotions. People don't do drugs because they're stupid. You know, it's a disease. It's a. Anyways, um, so yeah, let me grab some ketchup. We're cooking some beans, and pretty much, man, we got so we got some huevitos con tortillas. Some people call them sopitas, but it makes no sense to me. Uh, we got Valentina, and we got ketchup. Mm. Man, it's like one of my favorite breakfasts. So yeah, we'll do that, and I'll continue with my day. But I just wanted to not let go of this momentum of this beginning, right? The beginning of my recovery is the beginning of or not the beginning of my recovery, because recovery is a process, but the beginning of this chapter, I wanted to be recorded and registered, and that's why I started writing the book. Um, I noticed that my song, when I listen to songs that I did, like I Don't Want a Suicide and The Mountain and Love and those types of songs, they allowed me to remember who I am. They're maps, and they bring me back to understand who I am. Because sometimes I'll like lose the idea of who I am, and then I start believing, you know. And so when someone's when I'm in this chapter of my recovery, um, it's really hard. Like if I'm looking at the camera, right? Like it's more most of us when we see ourselves on the screen. That's why it's so important to talk to ourselves in the mirror, to look at ourselves in the mirror. You know, when you're not looking at yourself, you're not really seeing and you can lie to yourself mentally. But when you're looking at yourself, you know that there's that white, you know that there's all those things, there's that right there, which I don't care for, but we notice things because we're observing ourselves. The exterior matters, and I used to believe that it was just a job to do inside, right? Which is fundamental. When we separate days, as in Monday through Sunday, weeks and years, I fall into the idea of um, I can do that tomorrow, or I'm gonna start a good week. I'm gonna start a good week, and then I started thinking like, what does that mean? And it means that it sometimes what it means in my head is that I'm giving myself freedom to do whatever until Sunday night, so that I can begin on Monday morning healthy. And that has been a big issue for the past year, because I've been able to sometimes use and sometimes not use, and work, and wake up in the morning and work on the things that I need to work on. So um, I think that when we're honest to ourselves, and like when it's not foggy in our heads, then we can. When it's not foggy in my head, I can. I can see unpleasant things about myself, but those things are the things that are going to make my future different. It's going to create different consequences, more positive consequences. And it comes from being honest, and being honest about certain things is not easy. It is just not easy. It hurts, and it can open wounds that it can start. It's really hard. Um, so I was thinking, like, hey, man, it's a process, you know, the art of recovering, it's not the art of recovery, it's the art of recovering. And the ing makes it a continuous thing, and that's so deep to me. So Sunday is not the end of my week. Friday is not, or Saturday or Monday. Uh, there are weeks that separate dark and light through days, right? And it helps us to count, to keep track of like how many years we're alive, how many months we owe, or these types of things. Um, but in reality, it's a bunch of days that we have the opportunity to breathe, and that's how I'm gonna take them from now on. You know, uh, and it makes me smile. Like it makes me happy. It makes me feel freedom to know that I can pretty much sketch the rest of my life to my convenience. It's an awesome feeling, and I can only see and feel like this when it's not foggy. And sometimes that fog doesn't necessarily come from drugs, in my personal case, and it has to do also with mental health. But it definitely worsens when utilizing something, because I use it a lot, and I use a lot of it at once. And so, um, don't think about, like, just continue living your life. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday, if it's Monday. You may start today. You might have started yesterday, or you may not start until next whenever. But don't put a date, or don't think of like this day is more important than this day. Without getting into theology and none of that, uh, every day is a great opportunity for us to grab it and 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 live each day the way we want to live them. You know. Um, so gonna be making some art. My food's probably freaking cold. Beans are getting ready, and Doug is already done with his food. So I'm just not gonna let go of my idea of keep making this art, the art of recovering. Have a blessed day, my man.